The Unacceptable Love Between a Muslim Girl and a Christian Boy. A novel by Dr. A. Ahmed. This is an intriguing epic story which resonates with love, resilience, courage, and sacrifice. Copyrights. All rights are reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means without the prior written permission of the author, except by a reviewer, who may quote brief paragraphs for a review to be printed in a public newspaper, general magazine, school journal, or university article. This story is a work of fiction, but the entire novel is based on a real love affair between a Muslim girl and a Christian boy. All names, characters, places, and events are either the product of the author's imagination or used literary. Therefore, any resemblance to actual people, living or dead, events, or locales is merely coincidental.
Chapter 5. The Islamic matrimonial union without the presence of a bride and a groom. The Muslim fiancé of Isra has decided to teach the Al-Qadir family a lesson that they can't forget all the rest of their life. Moreover, he wants his arrogant father to drink from the same bitter cup that Isra and her parents must drink. On the same day, he talked to the Coptic boy Mamdouh. He also gave his fiancée and her family a surprise visit. When he showed up unexpectedly, the mother tried to prevent him from meeting her daughter. She told him that her daughter Isra was extremely sick, and therefore she would not be able to come out to meet him. Munir told the mother that he wanted to see her on her sickbed. He then claimed as a medical doctor he wants to check the health condition of his fiancée and diagnose her sickness, so that he can identify the nature of the serious disease and prescribe the proper medication for her. The mother has found herself trapped by her lies. Therefore, she has been compelled to allow Dr. Munir to visit his fiancée in her room. Before he walks to the room, the desperate mother has gone ahead of him and ordered her pregnant daughter to hide her big stomach. When Dr. Munir walked in, he found his fiancée is lying in her bed and covering her body with a big blanket. The ill girl Isra refused to offer her hand to him when he approached her bed and tried to shake hands with her. Even so, as a medical doctor, Munir felt it was his duty to check his sick fiancée. He said that he is suspecting that Isra might have been infected by the COVID-19 coronavirus. When he tried to uncover her body, the mother stopped him and told him that it is against the Al-Qadir Holy Family's mores to allow a fiancé to touch the body of their daughter before the two have a halal marriage. Munir understood the reason that led the mother to prevent him from checking the hidden stomach of her daughter. Therefore, he has concluded that his fiancée for sure has become pregnant without the sanctity of the marriage bond. For that reason, his face showed awful anger before he left the room without saying goodbye to Isra. Despite that, the mother followed him until the outside gate of her residence. On his way out of the house, Dr. Munir told the prospective mother-in-law that he will be returning to his medical college in the capital city on the same night. Then the prospective mother-in-law gave her future son-in-law her blessings and sent him away. After 2 weeks, from the day he had returned to Khartoum, Munir married his girlfriend, Sha'inus. When he got married to his classmate, there was only 1 week left before his wedding with Isra. Munir did neither break his engagement with Isra nor inform her parents about his marriage with Sha'inus. Even his parents knew nothing about that marriage. He expected that the engagement will be broken as soon as Isra and her family learn about his marriage with Sha'inus. And that is the lesson which he decided to teach his Muslim fiancée Isra, her deeply religious family, his arrogant father, and his proud mother. Notwithstanding, on the same day Munir has talked to his father about the anonymous letter that he received in his mail. Mr. Abdul Basit has approached Isra's father, Maulana Sheikh Al-Qadir, at the Grand Mosque and has a private talk with him. It is after the last prayer of the day when the wealthiest man in the city has talked to the holiest man in Wadi Madani. Our blessed Maulana, said Mr. Abdul Basit in a deep and thick voice, the bad people in this city don't want good things to happen to good people. You have spoken the truth, Mr. Abdul Basit, responded Maulana Sheikh Al-Qadir, and then touched his long beard. The devil always wants to spoil the goodwill of Allah. The scheme of Satan is always frustrated by the righteous posterity of Adam. An infidel Christian boy wrote a letter to my son, and tried to spoil the good reputation of your blessed daughter. In his letter, he said your righteous daughter has an improper love affair with him, and both had done many awful haram things. He also falsely claimed that your righteous daughter has committed adultery with another unclean Christian boy and became pregnant with an illegitimate baby. May the curses of Allah and His angels be upon him, and upon his accursed infidel family. My daughter is the most righteous girl in Sudan. She is still a sealed virgin. I am ready to send her for a virginity test if anyone doubts her moral integrity. Our blessed Imam, I trust your holy daughter Isra more than I trust my highly educated son Munir. Allah bless you, Mr. Abdul Basit, and may the Prophet Muhammad bless your good son. Our blessed Imam, let us shut the mouth of the accursed devil and his evil children, and let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha of the Holy Quran, and conduct the marriage contract of Munir and Isra right away. Nothing can stop the will of Allah when our hearts are at peace. Then let us call 2 male witnesses now, and let us sign the marriage contract of our blessed children inside this holy house of Allah. Accordingly, that day, the beautiful virgin Muslima girl Isra has been given in a lawful Islamic halal marriage to her rich and highly educated fiancé Munir, without the bride and her groom's presence, knowledge and consent. Chapter 6. The pregnant Isra meets the mighty witch doctor. Dr. Kamiz has never been to a school in all his life. He has neither an MBBS degree nor is he a holder of a PhD. He has no academic credentials or medical training to entitle him to the great honor that he received in his field of specialization in medicine. He is not even a self-educated doctor. He can neither read nor write in any human language. He is a totally illiterate person. Despite that, he is called Dr. Kamiz. For any type of sickness or any kind of insurmountable problem, Dr. Kamiz claims to have a treatment or solution for it. He professes to cure incurable diseases such as AIDS, cancer, barrenness, and the like. He can treat people who have been infected by either the coronavirus, or the Ebola virus, or those who have a deadly plague. It is believed by many people that Dr. Kamiz is capable of solving any family unassailable problem, such as reconciling broken marriages, preventing a polygamist husband to marry other women besides his first wife, removing unwanted illegitimate babies outside the wombs of the illegitimately became pregnant girls, forcing a girl to marry a man whom she hates, killing a rival wife or causing her to run bare naked in the streets, etc., etc., etc. Besides all these mighty works, Dr. Kamiz is believed by all people to possess a supernatural power, which enables him to turn himself into a werewolf and attack enemies. He can become a crow and spy on rival wives and cheating husbands, impregnate a virgin girl without her vagina and womb having physical contact with a male penis, and so on and so on. Any evil thought comes to a bad man or a wicked woman's mind, and he or she wanted it to take place, Dr. Kamiz can do it. Things that are not good for God to do and impossible for Satan to perform, he could do them. That is why the great doctor is extraordinarily famous and preferable to a medical doctor, a lawyer, and a religious leader. People love him because neither God nor Satan can fulfill their wicked demands as Dr. Kamiz can do. The words good and bad and possible and impossible do not exist in his dictionary. If you are ready and willing to pay by the nose, the great doctor can snatch the daughter of the President of Sudan, or the lovely wife of President Donald Trump from her father or husband and make her spend the night in your bed. Moreover, he can cause the most beautiful girl in the universe to fall at your feet and worship you. Even God, believing the people of that city, cannot stop Dr. Kamiz from performing his works or challenging his supernatural deeds. For that reason, the mighty witch doctor is worshipped by many people, and many women call upon his name in times of trouble. His great name is used for both to bless and curse, heal and kill, and cast out devils and cast in demons. Simply put, Dr. Kamiz possesses godly nature as well as satanic qualities. A famous rumor mentioned that a decade ago, the police commissioner of the city had challenged Dr. Kamiz and put him in prison under charges of practicing black magic and social deception. Before the trial took place, the great witch doctor cast a curse on the police commissioner and turned him into a woman. People say and believe until today that transgender police commissioner every month menstruates like a woman, and became gay, and has a male lover, and both committing sodomy like the people of the prophet Lut who got destroyed by the mighty angels of God in the burned-down cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Even though the police authority set the mighty witch doctor free, still the powerful spell of the curse is not broken, and that police commissioner today is living with another man as a wife and her husband. Words attributed to the mighty witch doctor that on the day of his release he had said, "If I have not been set at large within 9 months, that police commissioner would have become pregnant and delivered a baby girl by then." This is just one of the hundreds of remarkable testimonies people can tell you about the superpower of that great witch doctor. For this and many other miracles, people worship Dr. Khamis as their exalted God Allah, and fear him as Satan, the accursed Iblis. His first name for his victims is the devil, and his middle name for his admirers is the Antichrist. A few weeks after the day in which the pregnant Muslim girl Isra had finally and violently terminated her romantic friendship with the infidel Christian boy Mamdouh, she has appeared along with her desperate mother before the mighty witch doctor of all times and places. At his huge residence and in his private chamber, Dr. Khamis is seated on a chair as large as the throne of King Solomon in his time. His huge body filled the throne, overflowed on both sides, and made him look like the notorious Abbasid polygamist, the Caliph Harun al-Rashid. His huge head is large and resembled a big watermelon. His small red eyes look like the eyes of a needle, or a small mouse. His ears are as big as those of the ears of an elephant. His nose is flat, and it is covering half of his face. His lips and mouth have covered the rest of his face. If we compare him to other human beings, he appears as a dinosaur among other animals. Meanwhile, Isra's heart is filled with dread as if she is standing before a terrible demon. Her mother has different feelings when she has seen the gigantic body of the great witch doctor and prostrated before him as a mighty god. With that awesome mix of ambivalent feelings of love and dread, she crawled on her knees. Then she has kissed the holy 2 feet of her god, which look like 2 trunks of old trees. "I heard a great deal about you, Dr. Khamis. Today, my daughter and I have the honor of seeing you face to face," said the mother in a frightened voice. "Your request has been granted," responded Dr. Khamis in a thundering voice that resembled the sound of an ogre. "My only daughter, Isra, is engaged to the son of the richest man in this city. He is also the most handsome and highly educated boy in this country. Besides all those good qualities, he is going to become a medical doctor in less than a year. In a year's time, my extremely beautiful daughter and her extraordinarily handsome fiancé are supposed to get married." The mother paused and looked worriedly at her frightened daughter. Then she said angrily, "My good daughter had been raped by a bad infidel boy called Mamdouh. Against her wish, he made her pregnant by an accursed Wad Haram. The Coptic boy was wearing a mask when he broke into our house and raped my righteous daughter at night while she was sleeping alone in her room. But she had identified him through his voice while he was climbing on top of her holy body and raping her virgin pussy by his unclean phallus. If we go to the police, they will not believe us, and those evil policemen may also rape my beautiful daughter. And if I inform my husband, the imam of the biggest mosque in this city, about our daughter's illegal pregnancy, he will not believe that his daughter has been impregnated through rape, and for sure he will slay her in an honor killing. My good neighbor Sakina had told me only the mighty Dr. Khamis will solve the insurmountable problem of my only daughter." "Come here, my little princess," said the witch doctor in an ogre's voice. When Isra drew a little closer to him, Dr. Khamis placed his right hand on the lower part of her stomach, and his fingers reached up to her private parts. His hand's touch embarrassed the mother and frightened her daughter. Isra thought that the witch doctor wants to insert his fingers inside her vagina and remove the illegitimate baby. 5 months, 10 days, 45 minutes, and 3 seconds since the illegitimate baby had been implanted in her womb, said Dr. Khamis. The desperate mother and her frightened daughter have become extremely amazed and looked at the witch doctor with great astonishment. The mother thought even God might not know what the great witch doctor has come to know about the exact time the illegitimate baby has been implanted in the womb of his raped mother. "Do you want the illegitimate baby to be removed as soon as possible from the holy womb of your righteous daughter?" "Yes, Dr. Khamis. If it is possible, do it right away. I am ready to pay you any amount of money you ask me to give you," said the mother. "My servants are quite busy these days." By my servants, the witch doctor means his demons. Then he resumed, "Let us start first by massaging the unwanted baby out of her womb. If that does not work, I will use the medicine. If both treatments do not work, then I will perform a surgery. Why don't you go directly to the surgery and save your time and solve our invincible problem? The surgery leaves behind it evidence. If her future husband is a smart guy or has little knowledge of medical treatment, he will notice that on her stomach and therefore suspect his bride is not a virgin. He is in his final year at the medical college. Then let us forget about the abortion at the moment. Okay, start massaging the accursed baby out of her womb right away. That is what I shall do in a few minutes, but... Then the mighty witch doctor paused and looked at Isra for a few seconds, and then continued, "Is your daughter willing to get rid of the haram baby?" "Of course, she is willing. How can she face her fiancé and the Muslim society with an illegitimate child?" "Okay, my little pretty princess, go behind that black curtain and sleep in the bed. Everything behind that curtain is pitch dark. You cannot see anything behind the curtain, so use your hands to find the bed. When you reach the bed, remove all your clothes, even your underwear, and become naked as the day your mother gave birth to you. Then lie on your back and spread your legs and close your eyes. Imagine yourself on your first wedding night with your handsome groom." Isra looked worriedly at her mom and expected her strict mama to tell her, "Don't do that." Instead, her desperate mother looked angrily at her and shouted, "Do what the great doctor has told you to do." As soon as the frightened daughter disappeared behind the black curtain, the witch doctor followed in her footsteps. Shortly after, the desperate mother began to hear her daughter is screaming like a young woman who is delivering her firstborn baby. Gradually, Isra's screaming turned into a different sound. The mother is so worried when she heard her daughter is enjoying her first delivery, as if she is having sex with her groom on their first wedding night. After an hour, Isra's sexy voice has died off. When the doctor delayed his return, the desperate mother went near the black curtain and said, "Is my daughter all right, Dr. Kamiz?" The witch doctor emerged out of the black room, while his entire body is covered with sweat like a person who has gone through tough wrestling against a mighty combatant. "Your daughter is quite fine. She needs an hour or two to regain her consciousness. I think the first treatment of massaging the unwanted illegitimate baby out of her womb is successful. Meanwhile, go and wait for her in the waiting room." The worried mother hesitated for a while before she left the witch doctor and her unconscious daughter, and went to the waiting room, and began to wait for Isra to regain her consciousness. She felt as if her pregnant daughter had major surgery without anesthesia, and now, she has been kept unconscious in the recovery room.